All right, welcome to Topic 6, Lesson 3 Notes, Writing and Solving One-Step Inequalities. So again, let's just take a moment, refresh here. What is an inequality? We said before that an inequality says that two things are not equal. That is our key here. Those things are not equal to each other. So we're looking at two different things that are not equal. Okay, it's going to have an inequality symbol like this. I see 7 plus 4, the greater than symbol, 10 minus 5. So this inequality says what is on the left, 7 plus 4, is greater than what is on the right, 10 minus 5. So remember, we're always comparing that left side to the right side. Now down here, we've got all of our different inequality symbols. Different inequality symbols here. Try not to put a circle right through it. Greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and then does not equal. All right, so when writing inequalities from a word problem, I have to first obviously have to read the word problem. I always read through it once myself, and then I go back through and I think about these three things. So first, let's just read through the through the problem, and then we'll take a look at those three steps. It says Mary plans to buy 5 tickets to go to an orchestra concert with her friends. She expects to spend at least $90 on the tickets. How much does Mary expect to spend on each ticket? So first we have to identify and define the variables. So I'm going to look at just, what things do I know from here? Well, I know she is looking for 5 tickets. So she's got 5 tickets at the concert. She expects to spend at least $90. Okay, she's looking to spend at least $90. Okay, and I see this phrase here, at least. This is one of my key phrases for an inequality. This tells me which symbol I'm using. Now, when I think, what does at least mean? Well, at least is going to tell me that they could spend more than $90. Okay, they could spend more. So could spend more, or they could spend, if they're spending at least $90, they could spend exactly $90. So they could spend exactly. So if they could spend more and they could spend exactly, that's going to be my greater than or equal to symbol. So I know whatever I've got on the left is going to be greater than or equal to what I have on the right. Let's change color there. Okay, what I have on the left is greater than or equal to what I have on the right. Well, the first thing that I'm looking at here is it wants to know how much does Mary expect to spend on each ticket. I'm going to put that part on the left there, the ticket part. So if we've got 5 tickets here, I know I've got 5 tickets, and I would multiply it by the price of the tickets to figure out, what's the total going to be. You could go through and add that price of the ticket over and over and over, but at this point in our math skills that we've developed, we're just going to multiply those. So I've got 5 times whatever the price of the ticket is. Well, that's my first question here, is what is or are my variables? Because there is potential to have more than one variable. But what is my variable here? Well, my variable is the cost of the ticket. So here, that's my variable. I don't know how much each ticket is going to cost me. So I've got 5 times x. Okay, 5 times x. Okay, and we know that that's greater than or equal to let me go through each step here. So the second question is, what is happening to the variable? Well, we're multiplying it, right? We've got 5 times x, 5 x's. And then we're going to compare it to the total. Compare the expression to the total. So here's our expression, 5x. And I'm comparing it, it's greater than or equal to the total price she expects to spend. Well, she expects to spend $90. So 5x's, or 5 times x, is greater than or equal to $90. So here is my expression. Now from here, I've got this. I know how to solve a one-step inequality because we've already finished that lesson. I can go through and just solve this problem. If I've got 5 times x, I see I see multiplication, which means I do the opposite, which is division. I see multiplication, I do division. So I'm going to divide this side by 5, and I have to keep it balanced. So whatever I do to the left, I do to the right. So I divide that by 5. Well, 5 divided by 5 gives me 1. Those cancels out, and I can bring my x down. I did not multiply or divide by a negative, so my inequality stays the same, greater than or equal to. And 90 divided by 5. Well, at this point, we are not looking to see you. I don't need to see your work for 90 divided by 5. So feel free to pull out a calculator. 90 divided by 5 equals 18. All right, and back to here. I got 90 divided by 5 was 18. So here we see x is greater than or equal to 18. And again, we need to think about, what does this mean? This means each ticket costs at least $18. All right, now let's take a look at a second example here. Again, we're going to go through those same steps. I'm going to read through the problem first. If I can get these colors to go away. Go away. There we go. I don't need to add media. Stop it. Got it. Okay. Ted and his friends went out to dinner after soccer practice last night. They decided to split the bill evenly among the 5 of them. Including the tip, Ted figured that each person would pay no more than $15. How much did Ted expect the group to pay in all? All right, so let's see here. Ted and his friends went out to dinner. That sentence is irrelevant. So I'm going to cross out irrelevant information. This sentence doesn't change anything. That does not affect the story. So here, they decided to split the bill evenly among 5 people. So that means, what's my variable? Well, it seems like I want to know how much did they pay in all, which would be the bill. Okay, so my bill is something. Okay, this is my variable. Okay, my bill is something. We are paying 5 people are splitting. 5 people are splitting. Okay, and the fact that it says splitting evenly is important. That is a very, very important. Splitting that bill evenly, because that means each person's paying the same thing. So whatever the bill was, I'm going to split it by 5 people. So, that tells me my bill is my variable. So that's my x. Okay, my bill is my variable. That's my x. And I'm splitting it. What's happening to the variable, step 2 here, what's happening is, we're splitting it by 5 people. So splitting is dividing. So x divided by 5. Splitting it by 5 people. And Ted figures each person would pay no more than $15. Well, that's no more right there. That's my key. Well, what does no more mean? No more. That means I'm going to spend less, right? I can't spend more than it. So no more is going to be spend less, because I'm not spending more. And if I spend no more than 15, that means I'm not going to spend more than 15, but I could spend 15. So I could spend 15. As you're doing the notes here, you don't have to write these in exactly the same place that I do. For example, I didn't space that out very well, but if you want to write it there, go for it. So I need to compare. So if I have no more and I could spend 15, so less or equal to, so less than or equal to is my symbol. So less than or equal to. And then, well, how much are they no more than? Well, no more than 15. So x divided by 5 is less than or equal to 15. Now, I'm going to rewrite that down here, give myself a little more space to work. So x divided by 5 is less than or equal to 15. What do I see happening? I see division, which means I do the opposite, multiplication. I see division, I do multiplication. So I'm going to multiply by 5. whatever I do to the left, I have to balance and do it to the right. So times 5. So on the left side, x over 5 times 5. What's really happening here is we're multiplying this by its reciprocal, really 5 over 1. That's not a 1. 5 over 1. And I've got 5x's over 5, which the 5's cancel out and leave me with x. So those cancel out, leave me with my variable over here. Now, I did not multiply or divide by a negative, so this is just going to come down, less than or equal to. And 15 times 5. Again, you do not need to show the work for that. Just 15 times 5 is 75. So I get 75. So again, what does this mean? That the bill, X, is the bill. The bill is going to be, whoa, sorry about that. The bill is going to be less than or equal to $75 for all 5 of them. Okay, it's important to understand, what does that make? Does it make sense that this bill could be $75? If each person's paying 15, then yeah, that's absolutely possible. If I get a number here where it just doesn't make any sense that why would the bill for 5 people be $2 if they're spending $15? We got to start thinking about things like that. So we want to make sure that that answer makes sense. All right, so flip the paper over on your notes here, and I want you to try these 2 problems on the back on your own. Read through it carefully, break down the pieces, and then check back to see if you did it correctly.